So, last time, everyone decided that the boy king Zachariah, who is not in fact a boy king, but they're attacking like he is, should be taken down a notch. And so far all he's done is the reverse. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian, thank you for being here. Let's play some more Crusader Kings III in our Empire of Albion series. So, right at the end of the last episode, the ability to hold court popped. Let's go ahead and do that, because we might be able to get something out of it. Here, petitioners, gesture of the first in line to approach. It seems my vassal, Duke Diffenwall, has been nursing a temper while awaiting an audience. My lord, I cannot abide your tolerance of infidels like here we go again. Like Earl Orvar in the realm, even amidst the nobility. God made his demands on us plain. Scotland should be a land of the faithful. Out with these Asatru dogs. Alright, so Duke Diffenwall is currently kind of in my good graces. He is a zealot vassal, which is why he's so uppity right now. This particular character is intimidated by me, which is good. I don't know how likely it is. Hang on. Okay, he's at war with me right now. So I don't think he's likely to accept the possibility of converting. We could say, by Odin, I now see the truth. No. Some extra court grandeur might be alright. Every non-Catholic vassal would gain 10 opinion of me, but that's not necessarily going to help me. We would gain dread from this, which would help us establish some authority and make characters that are inclined to be intimidated or afraid of us even more so. You know what? I think this makes sense narratively. It's not really going to pan out very well. I mean, it might. I'm not exactly sure how the dice are going to roll here or how it's calculated. I mean, you can see that we don't have the option to do this manually, which is what I was checking, because he's at war. But maybe it's giving me the option through this particular court event. You're right. He must convert. Yeah, of course. He refused to convert. Now we have the right to imprison him, and he lost 15 opinion of me. But I think that makes sense. I mean, he's a new king, he's asserting himself, and he's going to kind of try to spook everyone into line a little bit. Two of my vassals are pushing one another and jostling to reach my throne first. Grief Hrodbert bows before me. My lord, murder is wanton in the city streets throughout the Kingdom of Scotland. It would be civilizing if we instituted a ban on townspeople bearing arms. Ah, yes, this. So we could ban weapons in cities, which would help with control growth and reduce danger. Or we can keep our swords, which would increase popular opinion, but increase danger. Let's go ahead and improve control growth, because we kind of need that at the moment. So we shall ban weapons within settlement walls. Or we can say, we shall solve this safety debate with violence. Yeah, let's ban weapons within settlement walls. In a brief moment of silence, I see Jarl Thora, I believe. Theora, yes, shaking her head before realizing that it's her turn to speak. My liege, she says, giving her some precious time to finalize her thoughts before continuing. Smiles and laughter are a great indicator of a lively court. Ah, she wants a jester. Okay. So, Theora. I mean, it was her idea, so we could literally give it to her and say, a perfect role for you, master of appearing a fool. Or we can say that if a laird doesn't like to laugh, we should make him laughable. This is not a peasant's market. A jester has no place in this court. We would gain austere court for 5 years, which would affect my diplomacy negatively. That's something I could take, and I would gain learning. That's actually not a bad trade. My learning's a little bit lower, or I can say perhaps I'll look into this another time. Let's go for the austere court. There we go. My business here is done. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping that I might be able to get some money out of that, but it is what it is. Alright, so this particular fight is over. We now need to... Nice, court grandeur level increased. See about ending this war here. I suppose we should go ahead and just march on the forces that are attacking the capital, because that's not cool. We can all agree, thoroughly not cool. Alright, so we've got one fight happening. Allies still marching in formation with us, so these battles are going to be over quite quickly. The largest war was the war with the Northmen, which should continue to resolve itself pretty nicely. Here's an interesting question. Do I take Strathern now, or take Strathern now, or do I go ahead and head up here? Well, yeah, let's take out that army first. Is it Strathern or Strathern? I genuinely don't know. Oh, he's spindly. Do you have that congenital trait? No, he just got really unlucky. That's a shame. Wait a minute. Do we trust the queen? I'm not sure if we trust the queen. Where did this trait come from? I mean, there's always a chance that it's random. That's a shame. I don't think he is, however... Oh. Yeah, there we go. It's not the firstborn son. Antoninus is the firstborn son. So let's go with Andrew. May you grow to be strong and wise indeed. What do we have here? Demand artifact. Prince Adric wants... What do you want? That brooch? Don't I wear that brooch? I'm pretty sure I wear that brooch. Yeah. That's a no. That's going to be a no from me, dog. Sorry. Alright, so we have a few more wars happening. Our allies are backing us up here. Okay. We'll join that war too. I have accepted not only as this king, but as the previous king. So, where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, good. We still have allies. I've accepted so many calls to war that I've just had no intention of actually supporting. It's wild. Okay, there we go. We've arrived. Allies are right behind us. Daughter learns language. That's nice. There's a rebellion that's probably about to happen. How close is it? Let's find out. Wow. Yeah, there are... I mean, the most important ones, the Liberty faction to lower crown authority, is the one that's already kind of... Ooh, this vassal is in jail. Negotiate release. Okay, we'll deal with that later. It's the Liberty faction that's mainly a threat. And let's see if we can figure out exactly. That's the war that we're winning. Oh, no, it might be... Yeah, it's this one. We are, in fact, winning that one. So that's a plus. Let's go ahead and end this fight, and this might tip the scales in our favor elsewhere. Not quite, but let's now take Strathern, and we'll have to take some territory down here. We've defeated most of the large armies. Stewardship perk available. Nice. Let's go ahead and do that. So last time we got golden obligations, which is the ability to demand payment for hooks. Vassal tax contribution would be increased by 10%. Monthly income while at war would be increased by 10%. It is my domain. Can use extort subjects. Let's just increase vassal tax contribution overall, which will help us stay out of debt while we're in war here. Is there anything else I can do here? We can demand payment for Countess. We can ransom additional prisoners as well. Ooh. This particular reeve will give us 30 gold. Let's do that. And we can change this contract to have extortionate taxes, or we could just have high levies. Do I need to do that, though? Sure, why not? Need all the troops we can get. It's not a very developed county right now, but at some point, centuries in the future, it might actually be useful to have that. So we'll use every tool we have at our disposal. Alright, so let's take Strathern as soon as we can. Now it looks like there is some raiding going on up there. That's unfortunate. The Queen is pregnant. Faction organizing. Even in the midst of war, Duke Beorthric is willing to use any excuse to to push Prince Edric's claim on the Kingdom of Ireland. With my troops in gold bleeding away on the battlefield, I need to take a hard look at what options I have available to mitigate this threat. I must convince the realm to stand united. So, oh wow, so we can actually reduce the discontent of one of these factions that is causing a problem. That's nice. So it's a dynamic event that pops up when there's a lot of chaos like this. I don't know that I've seen this before. Maybe I have, or maybe it's new. So there's a 62% chance that the faction will lose discontent. We can pay 120 gold, and it will definitely lose 50 discontent. Or we can say, I cannot worry about this now. I don't know if I'm willing to take a 3 out of 5 chance. I would almost rather go into debt to ensure that that particular faction loses some discontent. The threshold is 40. Oh no, their discontent is at 70. We'll be able to send an ultimatum in 3 months. So it seems like their discontent is rising, though. So this would really just be a delay. I guess I'll take the 3 out of 5 chance, because if 120 gold, it's going to put me in, like, the hole a good amount. Yeah, a tidy sum will convince him to demur. That's not an option. So I must convince the realm to stand united. 62% chance that every member of the faction will gain 10 opinion to me. That's also pretty nice. Or I could lose prestige and gain stress. Nice. Okay, so that put off that rebellion a little bit. And we can hopefully continue to make some progress here in the meantime. Chaos unending. Can I also raise all my armies? Any troops that I have left? Oh good, there are actually some of high quality that I can merge with my current forces. I will do that. Shadow of Fame, Daylight. A long time has passed since I decided to focus on emulating the fame of my dead father, even longer since his death. It is stressful and demanding to step out of his shadow. I still feel... Yeah, King Zachariah is 30 now. Same thing is happening to Zachariah that happened to his dad. I feel really bad for these guys. Like, the civil wars are just... The kingdom is not stable yet, so, like, these new kings are having to spend the first 10 years of their reign just, like, reining everyone in, literally. I still feel the world judging me, not by my deeds alone, but always in comparison to King Echthigern. I know I am respected, but is it enough? What more can I do to be remembered? To be more than my father ever was. Alright, so we're going to gain stress from this, because we're ambitious. We'll gain Shadow of Fame Daylight, and we'll lose Shadow of Fame Dawn. So prestige will increase, but stress gain will also increase. There is still much for me to achieve. Okay, so he's getting really stressed out. We're going to have to find a way to avoid that. I've arrived in Edinburgh to pay homage to you, glorious king. As I show my loyalty, I bring you rich gifts. Show him in at once. 150 prestige, 50 gold, and some renown for the dynasty, as well as some prestige for the duke. Nice. That worked out. I thought I combined those armies already, or maybe I was about to. Court grandeur level increased. Alright, so we have another raid happening at the capital. We have a raid happening up there. That's very annoying. Will you guys go down and, like, help? Or are you just going to sit here while... Yeah, they're just going to sit there. That's cute. And, of course, we have these raiders here, too. And they're just going to stand there. I love that. I love this. I love this kind of pickle that I'm caught in right now. You could also help with the raid. Okay, so that's done. Let's go ahead and hit these guys as hard as we can. What's this? Ah, he wants to make a sculpture. He's considered a master by his peers. And we have enough gold to pay him. You know what? Let's do it. We haven't had a really nice inspiration opportunity in a while. Yeah, you're going to pay for attacking. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're done. My sons. Oh, twins! And they both have a congenital trait. Oh, that's fantastic. So, Prince... let's go with... Hans. What would the other name be? I'll let you fill in the blank. Alexander and... I mean, the boys so far have names starting with A. So Alexander's a strong one. Let's see if we can get the random generator to come up with another strong a name. I mean, if not, it's fine. There's also a good Anglo-Saxon name. Or we can go with after an ancestor. Ooh, Alpin. He would literally be named after the house. I actually kind of like that. Alexander and Alpin. May you grow strong and wise. Okay, so that fight is over. Let's go say hello to these raiders. And maybe... I don't know if they've had any successful raids. If they have, then they're not going to like how this goes. Are these allies really sitting out this fight? They are. I'm still winning it, but they just sat out. Inspiration, someone to impress. Oh, that makes me so freaking mad. I might have to call some more allies to help me at the moment, because things are going decently well with some of these wars, but there's still so many that are... It's also hard to keep track. I wonder if there's a... I don't think that there is. So these are, yeah, my war, my war, my war. So you can point to them and see if they're wars you're involved in. Yeah, but this, when it says my war, it's not my war. Like, I joined the fight. I was called. It's the Italian de jure war for the county of Geneva. Defending against Queen Lodovica of Italy. But it's not my war. So there's not an easy way to tell which of these are the wars that are actually happening on the Scottish mainland right now, which, to be clear, are the only ones I care about. Anyway, lately my efforts to impress have fallen flat. My friendship with Queen Hodiern is still standing on shaky ground. It's a mess. However, I've got a brilliant idea. I have my beneficiary Kinnear to add a dedication to the masterpiece he is making. The flattered dedicatee will be deeply touched by my generosity and munificence. Will have no choice but to like me more. So we could dedicate it to the Queen. Sure. So she'll become a friend. Nice. And that'll actually be good for stress levels. Alright, so that fight is over. I don't know if we actually... I think we did get some gold from that, which is nice. So let's say hello to these guys. Let's also go ahead and call some additional allies to war. I'm going to call them to various different wars. Just on account of the fact that when certain wars end, some of them might drop out. Also, by the way, found out, somebody commented on this in a previous episode, and I laughed so hard when I read this comment. Apparently, worrying about prestige costs when you're calling someone to a defensive war is just not a thing. It's just not a thing. So I was worried about it for no reason whatsoever, and I appreciate that commenter for pointing that out. Long-time community member for letting me know that I was worrying for literally nothing, which is hilarious. Alright, so it looks like we can transfer this vassal. We can appoint a worthy successor to the Knights of Edinburgh. Can we now? No, we can't. There are currently no worthy successors available. So we can, but there are no opportunities. Okay. We need to go down here. There's still so much happening. I guess the next sensible place for us to attack would be here. We have other allies on the way. The sooner we can wrap all this up, the better. We do have some raiders here. Fellow connoisseur, my vassal Duke Godescalc accosts me. Well met, liege. I've heard tell of your patronage of Kinnear, the sculptor. They say he is making a sculpture worthy of a king. Please take this and give it to him. I wouldn't want to miss the chance to aid in the creation of a masterpiece. His reputation for generosity, it seems he has found a new outlet for his spending. So this will be it'll make it of a slightly higher quality, or we can take the gold. Or we can say, no, prithee, keep it. You know what? Sure. if you want to be nice and contribute to the new sculpture. Far be it for me to stop you. Alright, nice. A new army spawned right there. Should help. There we go. So this particular Liberty War... Oh, the main Liberty War can now be ended. So we can enforce the demands. Valuable prisoners taken by all war participants will be released. I gain 24 dread. And we can rightfully imprison all of them, but they'll also all be imprisoned regardless. So we're going to enforce those demands. So be it. Now, we can see that that united us somewhat. I just need to take a look at who else is on my side here at the moment. Hello? I clicked allies and everything disappeared. That's not helpful. There we go. Yeah, that's not a lot of people. Alright, so the Flemish conquest, we actually do have a number of allies present here. What I'd rather do, given that this is going well up here... Yeah, this particular war is not going well. We need to turn the tide on this as soon as possible. So we're going to go ahead and march on that capital immediately. See if we can turn that around. Faction targeting you has disbanded. Very nice to hear. 2 years ago, you promised to aid me in the Liberty War, yet so far you have done nothing to support me in this endeavor. What is the point of our alliance if you never even lift a finger to help me? Do you see what I'm doing? King Thomas. Young boy King Thomas. He's 9 years old. He doesn't get it. This chest of gold shall make up for my absence. Alright, fine. I'm going to give up a ton of gold to keep this really valuable alliance. Oh boy. Your culture has discovered barracks. Nice. Hang on. Let's take a quick look at that, shall we? I wonder if it's possible, by the way, to click on that. No, it's not. Yeah. That would be nice. There's a quality of life update that would be valuable. Alright, so we've discovered barracks. We currently have city planning as our fascination. Barracks unlocks all tribal-era military buildings. Building, by the way, is still... Because we started out as tribal, we just haven't done a lot of building in this particular series. It's a lot easier to do more building once you have a large empire and you have expendable gold. We've spent the entire series, which, by the way, is not a problem. It's been a blast. But we've spent the entire series going from, like, shaky rule to somewhat less shaky rule, just trying to hold everything together while gaining control of this territory. So, it's nice that we have access to buildings. Happy about it. But we won't be able to do anything with that new option right away. Also, I might need to go ahead and ransom some of these prisoners. Although it might not be the time to do it. We can call allies to war. Let's call you to the Independence War. Doesn't look like I can call anyone else, believe it or not. I can call King Thomas to the Flemish Conquest. So, I mean, I might as well. It's kind of hilarious because he just chastised me for not helping. Yeah, he's coming to my aid immediately. I mean, he better. I just sent him a frickin' chest of 230 gold. So now we should have more than enough troops in the field. Let's go ahead and hit this army first. Got him. Should be able to take care of them on our own. Nice. That reduced the war score of this war that we've been otherwise losing. And now we're just going to head to the capital. One of the capitals that we need to take. This will be helpful for enforcing unity. A lesson in charity. Edward brought my daughter Harrogith to the market today. Harrogith was to hand out alms to the poor and needy, to learn about charity and a ruler's plight to the less fortunate. The implacable child gave something to everyone, Edward says, and when the purse ran dry, she insisted we would go get another. Very selfless, maybe even excessively so. So she's generous. Okay. First of all, I don't want her to be fickle and I don't want her to be arrogant, but also choosing either of those would stress me out. So we're going to go with letting her keep generous, which reminds me, another thing that was pointed out to me in the comments, and I've just, honestly, this has slipped my mind. Like, I have just dropped the ball on this, to be frank. I have not been choosing focuses for the kids, which is unfortunate. Prince Antoninus has a martial focus. Yeah, I'm okay with him having a martial focus. Prince Andrew, let's give him a learning focus. Alexander, so far, is a gambler. His personality is somewhat bold. Okay, so if he's somewhat bold, let's go ahead and have, especially with a name like Alexander, let's give him that particular focus. And then Alpin, who's also a gambler, we'll give him the stewardship focus. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Inspiration realized. Oh, wow. That is not the shape of the statue that I expected, but additional prestige, court grandeur bonus, and courtly vassal opinion +5. This is lovely. Okay, so can we... It looks like we might be able to use it in court. We can. How about that? Cool. That worked out. And it looks a little bit more like what I expected. The actual 3D representation is somewhat more in line. Caravan Master position has been vacated. Okay. Vacated. Excuse me. Please accept this humble gift. It's not much, but I hope it is of use to our continued friendship. I accept your gift. Nice! Well, there's most of the debt. That's a huge win. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, so this war is going to get turned around pretty fast. Wow. Yeah, we got 26 from occupying Mayo. We're out of debt. Didn't see that coming. I'm going to go ahead, since we have so much chaos happening, it would normally benefit me to kind of conquer these territories one at a time. I'm not going to do that. Court grandeur level decreased. Okay. Court grandeur is now at court grandeur level 7. Fine. I'm going to head down here, and we're going to take the capital here. Are you freaking serious? Alright, so that war's been lost. It's not a war that we were involved in. Alright, so a couple of fights won there. Now, the sensible thing to do here is to, let's see, if we select the siege, then we station besiegers. We're going to detach the rest of the army and actually go hit that force that's trying to take back what we just painstakingly. Alright, so they're going to stay there. And hopefully no one will come and mess with them, because they're not really strong enough to defend themselves. We just need to stop them from what they're doing up here. Got him. And hopefully, like, the leader of this rebellion is involved in that fight. No, they're not. Okay. We can still call some allies to work. Hang on. One thing I haven't done in a while. Let's see if we can increase control in some counties. Because God knows I need to. Start with Ulster. I'm pretty happy with my current council. Prisoners can be ransomed. This particular mayor, yeah, let's ransom him for the 30. I have lots of gold I can make from ransoming, but I'm going to kind of hold off on doing that until the war's over to see where I might be able to use those funds best. Alright, let's go ahead and attack these guys. Antiquarian position vacated. That's a shame. Okay. Had a prisoner escape. That's not nice. Do I need to, like, appoint some new guards? Is that a thing? No, there's not a position for prison guard. Just all of my valuable prisoners are getting away. Love that. Love it. It's great. So great. Alright, this army is just leading me on a wild goose chase, which I don't appreciate. It's rude. Band of Lost Birds. A wounded and disillusioned mercenary group has arrived at the Earldom of Worcestershire. The locals claim to have overheard talk of settling down after pillaging an easy target and have begun to grow anxious. Tensions are high and conflict is likely to arise if I do not intervene in the matter. Offer them a position at the city garrison. Implore them to leave, which would improve popular opinion. Force them out of the city. That wouldn't go well. Or we can say, let the locals handle it. Alright, so either they will be looted or they'll listen. And I will get a popular opinion bonus. I'm going to roll the dice. It's kind of a coin flip. Peaceful resolution. Nice. Gain level of fame. Your glory is widely known. Alright, so the king is establishing himself. We just need to catch this army that's leading me on a goose chase. Wild goose chase. Nice. We caught up to him. That shifted that war pretty firmly in the right direction. Let's see what we can do here. Republican ruler opinion plus 20. Republican vassal tax contribution plus 15%. I think I'd rather go for war profiteer. Have additional monthly income while at war. Obvious reasons. Alright, that's another fight that just happened there. And now we'll have these besiegers take Ennis. This war should be over before too much longer, I would think. Yeah. And we have another dangerous faction that's just popped up. Really? 18 months. A faction to install Geetha on the English throne. Duke Leofhelm the Hermit of Mercia. Why do you hate me so much? He's a title claimant. Extortionate taxes. Okay, so we could modify his... We could literally just reduce his tax obligation. It would mean getting less money from him, but he's not happy about the extortionate taxes, so we can make that better. Okay. Nice. Rich gifts. Worthy of your majesty. This dude just keeps shelling out money to support the crown, by the way. Deeply appreciated. Okay, allies showing up. This might resolve one of the wars. Oh, no, not quite. Almost there, though. Let's go away. My wife, Queen Hodiern, smiles shrewdly as she embraces me, and I am reminded once more of why I hold her so dear. How good it would be to get away together for a while, just the two of us. The bedchamber is a thrilling enough destination. So, because the king is lustful, this is a suitable option to choose. Not the option that would actually involve a nice trip. Granted, it's wartime, so it doesn't really make sense. But, like, because he's lustful, he's just perfectly happy to lose 32 stress by going straight to the bedchamber. Okay. We'll play to his particular personality. Mental break, wanton desires. Lately, it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? I will bite my lip and try to stay focused. Yep, sucks that I just regained that stress immediately. That's why I was pausing for a second. Like, are you serious? Like, that's what you're gonna do? All right, so we're going to gain 24 dread from this. We're going to have a lot of dread by the time all this is done, by the way. We have 47 right now. Our natural dread is 34. But, holy crap. We're going to be able to imprison 2 more characters. Or we will imprison them, and we'll gain more prestige. Enforce demands. So be it. Okay. That's the end of that war. Now, believe it or not, that's mostly it. Now, the Flemish conquest of the Mormerdom of... Why is that word? I'll just have to work on it. Outside of serious. Mormerdom of Inverness. Anyway, that particular conquest has been going for so long. But thankfully, we have some allies recruited to support us in it. So what I want to do now, because they've taken a lot of territory up here, we've kind of let them, honestly. What I want to do is head up that direction and start pushing back against their advance. It just hasn't been a high priority for me because we've had a massive civil war going. But now that we have... Oh, look! Wales broke away from Wessex. Wales broke away from Wessex. An opportunity has just presented itself. Okay. Well, we have stuff to do now. Wait, wasn't that the King of Wessex? Interesting. That's a new king. Okay, we're going to have to figure that out next episode. But for now, I'll stop this one here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For channel emotes and member badges, look for the join button to learn more. New episodes drop every day but Tuesday at 11 a.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below. And I'll see you next time.